Are you ready to add or upgrade the railing on your deck? A deck railing system is easy to install and makes your deck and stairs safer for kids and adults moving up and down. Hey there, I'm Justin from Remodelaholic, and today we're upgrading these back porch deck stairs from this to this. Quite the glow up for Grandma's outdoor stairs. My mother-in-law hired a contractor to redo these back steps. The work was not up to our Remodelaholic standard, so I took over to clean them up a bit and add the railing to keep Grandma and the kids safe. Before I could add the railing, I needed to stabilize the stairs. I don't know why this was not done in the first place, but it is required and necessary. I removed the stair tread and added a bracket at the bottom of the stairs to secure it to the concrete pad under it. I also added stair risers to each step. Risers look so much nicer, and they also add stability to the stairs, so it's a win-win. Adding the risers meant I had to adjust the placement of the stair treads, so off they all came, and then back on they all went after the risers were added. Then I added some extra blocking to the steps where the post bases would be attached with lag bolts. Now, to measure for the deck and stair railing, I always sketch it out. Draw out the deck area and measure which edges you will need railing. Decide where you need posts, every 8 feet maximum on a straight railing. Keep in mind, do you want the posts to be evenly spaced too? This small deck landing has a little bump out, so I decided to bump out the railing on the landing to make it a bit wider of an area. Then measure the distance down the stairs. Measure the length from the front of the bottom stair to the front of the top stair to get the right length for your stair railing. This set of stairs was 12.5 feet. Along the stairs, posts need to be less than 6 feet apart, and the kit is actually only about 67 inches. Learn from my mistake and be sure to check the actual measurements on the product you're using as you are planning. I thought I could cover the 12.5 feet with just one post in the center of the staircase and one on the bottom of the staircase, but I ended up needing to add 2 posts along the staircase to shorten the distance between posts. Along the house, I anchored the railing directly to the house using a bracket kit, but you can add a post there if you prefer. It's just a way to save a little bit of money without having a post there. Once you've measured and sketched, you can head to the store or order online and have it delivered. Mom chose the Veranda Traditional Vinyl Rail Kit with metal black balusters, which I picked up from our local Home Depot. The black balusters and white posts and railing ended up looking really nice with the gray deck boards. I ended up needing just 1 straight handrail kit, 3 stair handrail kits, and 6 posts with caps. For each post, you get 1 post base kit, 1 white vinyl fence post jacket, 1 post trim, and 1 post cap. The post base also requires 4 3-inch lag screws to be installed. That all cost around $850. First, you'll install the metal post bases. Be sure to check the manufacturer instructions for the amount and placement of the blocking that you'll need prior to installing. The post base kit has 5 parts. The metal plate that goes under the deck if there is no blocking to screw into, the metal post base, 2 plastic post inserts, and plastic shims to level the post. I ended up adding the blocking to the bottom of each post under the stairs for the post base to anchor to for added strength to the post. Position the post base to the correct location and mark the holes on the deck. Drill out the holes, then put the lag bolts through the post base and drill them into the blocks below. Level each post with plastic shims from the kit, then tighten down the bolts. To finish up the post, slide the post inserts into place. Then slide the post jackets over the inserts. The base trim then slides over the top of the post jacket, and the post cap will sit on top. Don't attach the post cap yet. Wait until after the railing is installed. Now you're ready to install the straight railings on the deck. Be sure to read the manufacturer's instructions and specifications as you go. Measure the distance between the posts and cut the railings to length. Be sure to center the holes for the first and last baluster along the length of the railing you need. If you're installing a full 8-foot railing, you'll attach the bottom supports to the bottom rail. For our short spans, those weren't needed. Once the railings are cut to length, install the black baluster padding and remove the sticker protector at each end of the padding and adhere it inside the railing. Install the metal balusters into the vinyl railings. They just slide into the bottom rail, then the top rail sits on top. Dry fit the railing in place, supported by the braces or scrapwood supports, and mark the top and bottom rail locations. Move the assembled rail out from the post so you can attach the top rail metal brackets into the rail and place the bottom rail bracket on the bottom rail. Then move the assembled rail back into place and attach both the top and bottom rail brackets to the post. Add the finishing touch with the bracket covers and admire your new railing. I used a bracket kit to attach the railing directly to the house at the connection point rather than installing another post there. I had a tricky small section because of that bump out of the deck, just over 4 inches of railing with one baluster in the middle. To make this work, I slid the post jackets off the post and installed the railings on the jackets, then slid the jackets back on the post. Now I was ready to do the stair railing. When I first measured, I thought I could do the stairs with just one post in the middle, but the extra 6 inches on the stair length meant that the railing was just a little too short. So I had to reinstall the posts, 2 equally spaced down the length of the stairs, plus the one post at the top and the one at the bottom of the stair. Alright, so one thing I'm trying to do is get all these posts relatively close to the same height all the way up. Because the stair spacing is different, this is sitting at the edge of the stair up front. This one's sitting in the middle. So these have to compensate slightly, not be in the middle exactly, and then be more toward the front. And then the wire that I have here, this reference string, I want all the fronts to be about the same height. And that way it'll look and appear really nice and even and equal and clean. That's what I did. I had the string kind of set up a little bit wrong because I had the string here instead of here. But if I want all these to be equal, they all have to meet at the same point. So the spacing's a little bit bigger up here than here and here, but these 2 bottom ones will look equal, and then the top will be a little bit bigger, but you won't notice much. Installing the angled stair railing is a little bit different than the straight deck railing. Again, I'll show you my mistakes so you can get it right the first time. Be sure to use a string line from the top to the bottom to make sure your railings are aligned properly from one side of the post to the other. I cut the bottom railings to length and installed them, then added the balusters and cut the top railings. The manufacturer suggested you assemble the entire railing, then clamp in place to measure the cut length and angle. Either way works. You'll just want to make sure you dry fit the railings between the posts to get the angle just right when you cut. Be sure to center the balusters again so the distance between the posts and balusters is the same on each end. When I figured the height of the stair railing, I didn't figure in the amount of the posts that would be covered by the cap. That meant I had to notch out one side of each cap to fit around the top rail. Save yourself that mistake by dry fitting the post caps as you dry fit the stair rail. Once the railing is in place where you want it, mark the post on each rail, top and bottom. Unclamp the railing and cut the ends at the marked locations. Slide the angled stair railing brackets on the rails. Place the rail, then mark and pre-drill the post for the bracket screw holes. Use the screws to attach the brackets to the post, then secure the bracket to the rail with another screw. Repeat for the other stair railing sections. Once all the railings are installed, it's time to install the post caps. If you place the rails at the right height, you don't have to notch the post caps like I did. The caps come with a little tube of rubber cement, but I ended up using liquid nails instead for a stronger hold. To really finish off these outdoor stairs nicely, I added some PVC boards as trim along the sides of the stairs. The finished stairs look so much better than what I started with, and they are safer too. Are you ready to install your own vinyl stair railing now? Leave me any questions you have in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and check out these other projects too. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.